version. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome in. Hello, Moira.
Oh, hi.
How are you? How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you, Heather?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. You know, I slept all day today. Lucky
Excellent.
me.
Yeah.
I must have needed it. Hello, everybody in the chat. I do apologise that we're running late this morning, just technical issues, but that's okay. Then I had to do then we did a private reading for one of my Patreon members. Now, as soon as Nightbot drops the link to Moira's PayPal, I'm going to pin that to the messages. Of course, readings are free, but any donations you would like to give, no matter how big or small, would be muchly appreciated, I'm sure. Now, I do know this is for November. We've had to do that a couple of times. This is still for November. We will be doing one in December. We've got something very, very special for December, haven't we? We just only discussed it a moment ago while I was fart-assing around downloading. So shall I just get straight into it? We've got Fairy Dragon, Penelope, hello. Adventures with Beth, g'day. All that fluff and stuff. On the road, Australia, hello. We're limited with time, so I'm not going to spend too long saying hello. Ghostly Findings and Doof Carol, yay. Welcome in. First off the rank is Penelope McWishy-Washy. I just love the name. It's like I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Okay. We're going to try and get through as many people as we possibly can, so we'll just stick to general readings. I have got the thing on. Penelope, if you're still here, give us a hoy. I have got subscribers only mode on, so that we only get the people who have been here long term come first, and not just any old random who doesn't subscribe to come on and get a free reading for nothing. Yes, general. Is that okay? Is that okay with everyone? We just do general readings because we are running late. I am on a timeline as well. And I'll just hand you straight. Oops, not me. You don't want me. There we go. That's better.
Okay. So first up is the Seven of Swords. And something pretty sneaky going on in this picture. Somebody is deciding to go their own way. Perhaps a bit of theft involved. But yeah, somebody's trying to get away with something. Yellow seems to be the theme. We've got the Fool. And the Fool, of course, doesn't mean idiot in the sense that we use it today. But more of that like innocence, that naive curiosity of spirit. And the Fool is numbered 0 to represent all possibilities, and is the figure who sort of takes us through the journey of the tarot, always encouraging us to take that next step into the unknown. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Celebration, hospitality, sharing good company. So as you can see, they're all very yellow. So that does seem to be the theme here. And in the deck, yellow seems to be, associated with joy and happiness, sort of a lightness of spirit. Both the Fool and that Seven of Swords, seem to be taking that step away. Although one's looking back and the other's not really looking anywhere in particular. But they seem to be moving beyond what other people are doing, or they seem to be set to just carve their own path. But then that Nine of Cups suggests that that's not going to be a lonely road. There's certainly going to be plenty of company, setting a table for many people. Okay. Yellow again with the sun. My tarot teacher said that the sun is the happiest card in the deck, and it represents all the blessings and warmth of the sun, of wishes fulfilled, of good times and health and blessings. So whatever it is that, seems to be limiting you in some way, the cards are saying that, there is another way. And, whether you run away or sneak away, there is a way that's going to lead to joy and celebration and happiness and health. Ooh. Okay, another big card, the World. And, this card represents fate and spiritual knowledge, the coming together of many lessons. We've got so much symbolism there, but it's all sort of being embodied by the one figure in the middle. So we've got this idea of many truths, many lessons coming together and being embodied in one. So we've got 3 major arcana in that right there. So this feels really momentous. This feels like a moment of fate, where you are choosing your own path and starting something new. And these cards say that it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be full of blessings, friends and celebrations, and a lot of personal growth. So that's really exciting. Good luck with that.
Oh, that's a wonderful reading, Moira. Absolutely amazing. Penelope, the card that I've got for you, funnily enough, is Seize the Day, Change is Imminent. It really resonates. Now, when I'm doing oracle readings, I do a little bit of research as Moira's doing her thing. I choose the card, I do the research, I see what pops up. What pops up about the different cards and symbolism and colours and all that sort of thing. And the one thing that did pop out to me when researching the dragonfly was the big picture for me, was take notice of what's happening around you now. Yeah, are there any signs that something's about to happen? So yeah. Anyway, I hope that resonates. Thank you. Next up is Karen. Is Karen still here? She hasn't spoken for a while, so she may not be.
Yeah.
Duff Paranormal. Karen, are you here? We might get back to Karen, maybe. Or am I being too quick? Okay. Well, next we've got all that fluff and stuff. Fluffy, if you're here, give us a little hoy. Ahoy, hoy. So we know you're here so you can get your reading. Oh, hello. Is that Tracy? How are you? Long time no see. I hope you're doing all right. I'll get rid of Penelope. Well, Fluff isn't here either. Oh, this might be a short session after all. Or has she just commented? No? Calling Fluff.
There's Fluff.
Fluff's got a question. Okay, quickly. It looks like we're not doing too badly for time. So what's your question? When are you going to become a YouTube sensation? Is that your question? I'm a bitch.
I'm a lover.
You're a lover and a lover. I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a something, something, something. Should I run away to Byron Bay with my bestie and become a feral? Yes. Are you being serious? Yes. I'll tell you the answer right now.
Okay, first up is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is about hard work, really putting in the hard work and seeing the results. Royal Pentacles so far, Lady Luck again, luxury and comfort and wealth. And then the Queen of Pentacles. She's sort of the mistress of her domain. You know, the Queen is, I see, as the, you know, the ultimate representation of each suit. So she is the representation of earthly comfort. Now, if we were to ask a straight yes or no question, a pentacle would represent a no. However, then we have the Four of Cups. I've got this figure sitting by the tree, contemplating the three cups in front of him, but then this mysterious hand seems to be offering him a four. And I feel that that just complicates the question. So maybe you've been in Byron, you've been working hard and building a life for yourself, and that's all represented by these pentacles. Making yourself mistress of your domain and building things just the way you want them and making things look a certain way. But then this mysterious opportunity pops out of thin air and you think, maybe? And I think that's just representing where you are, the question. I hate it when tarot does that. It's like you ask a question and it's like, yes, that's a question. Ooh, okay. The moon. Very mysterious. Can represent dreams and intuition. Can sometimes mean there's hidden forces at work. maybe look at more of like what it is that makes you want to leave. Maybe the answer is in dreams. Like the moon card obviously represents dreams, and then sort of the mysteriousness of, you know, this hand from the clouds sort of really plays into that idea as well, I think. This isn't much of an answer, but it seems that the tarot was saying that there's going to be some signs. And it might be dreams, it might be other things that you notice. But pay attention to the signs. So, yeah, not very clear, but that's what we get.
Cool. Well, I've got for you the Swan. Grace, love, and beauty. No matter where you are, you're going to be graceful, lovely, and beautiful. And, you know, some, you know, oracle books suggest that the long neck of the swan means that you still have things to explore about yourself and within yourself. So there you go. Thank you, Fluff. Interesting question. I hope it resonates. Oh, hang on. Is Nightbot working? You should have donated that to Moira, not me. Moira's doing all the work. Please. So I'll next time I'll pin the message. Okay, next up is Fairy Dragon. Okay, we don't have a long list of people waiting, so if you did want to pop a question, Fairy, I think Fairy said general reading for her is good as well. So what I'll do is I'll put you up. I'll find the Patreon, the PayPal meeting.
Okay, Fairy Dragon. Okay. First up is the Hierophant. Fancy word for like a pope, essentially. The Hierophant represents institutions of power, traditions, societal structures. Then we have the Queen of Wands, my favorite queen, representing that fiery element, one's connected to the element of fire and the force of our personal will. She sits lightly on her throne, ready to act. And the cat at her feet, representing that she's in touch with her animal nature as well. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Again, a wand, that fiery element, his horse is charging forward, straight into action. I feel that these cards all represent an element of authority, but are quite different in their approach. Like the Hierophant is sort of a religious guide or some sort of guiding authority, and then the Queen is like a ruling authority, and then the Knight is like leading and enforcing. So it all feels very much like we're talking about leadership, but in different ways. Oh, okay. Seven of Cups come up again. this one of, that sort of that dream sequence of pick your prize, the strange things in different cups. And I feel like this is the tarot saying, like, this is your choice. The tarot cards are saying you are a leader. That's who you are. That part's indisputable. But what sort of leader do you want to be? Because this card is saying that all options are on the table. It's up to you. So do you want to be in the thick of it? Do you want to be the one making the decisions and sending others? Do you want to be the one that people come to with their problems? Three of Pentacles. This card is all about networking, teamwork. We've got sort of these people here. It looks like they're planning, they're working together on construction or something. And so that elaborates a little further. It's saying, well, actually, all of these pieces are necessary. We need the people who are in the thick of it. We need the people who are making the decisions. We need, we need each element for, to function as a group, to be moving forward. So it's saying whichever you want to be, you also need to meet up and work with the others to be a cohesive and functioning group. That's interesting. Another knight, this time Knight of Swords. This one's also charging forward. I think in this context, with the swords representing thought, the mind, this does sort of suggest that you're being asked to choose now or very soon. Saying this is a choice that's coming up, to decide what sort of role you want to take and how you feel you're best to lead other people. But by these cards, you are a leader. That part cannot be disputed. People are going to need your input. It is only up to you and the people that you collaborate with as to exactly what that looks like. And it seems like it's a choice that is going to be coming up fairly soon for you. So good luck.
Oh, wow, what an amazing reading. I got this card for you. It's a baby bird. I don't know what sort of bird it is. Sitting in a nest. Spring, renewal and rebirth. Maybe there's a new role coming up for you. I just couldn't. I had a mental block on that one. But at the last minute, it sort of like came to me. Maybe there's a new role. Maybe there's a new group. Maybe there's a new something in the wings waiting for you. Okay, how wonderful. And, I couldn't help but sing in my head the leader of the pack. The leader of the pack. Brum, brum. Oh, anyway, never mind. We shall go forth. Jackie is next. Is Jackie Ghostly Findings Paranormal here in the chat still? If you are, give us a hoy hoy, or a hello hello. The leader of the pack. I think Jackie might be just now. If you've had your reading, please don't turn me off. I'm up and down with my watch hours at them. Oh, yes, I can. Sorry, I did notice you earlier. I got distracted. Yes, I thought I'd come back to you, Karen. I did get distracted. I think Jackie might have just popped in to say hello, so we will go back to Karen.
Okay.
Welcome home.
Okay, Karen. Let's see. Ooh. First up is the Hanged Man. As you can see, hanging barefoot, arms folded behind his back, actually looking quite comfortable. But this figure, sort of something of an initiate. We can see the sort of the glow around his head, which sort of represents something spiritual going on. Whether this is like an ordeal, like, you know, Odin hung from the tree to gain the knowledge of the runes. This something like a sacred ordeal to gain knowledge. Then we have the Two of Wands. We've got this figure here who's quite richly dressed, and he's staring out over the water. You can feel like he's maybe waiting on his boat to arrive or planning a next trip. But he's imagining something out there. Then we have the Page of Cups. You have this young figure staring at the fish in the cup. The cups represent the element of water and emotions. The Page of Cups is often about, well, the pages are, you know, like sort of a student, somebody who is taking on a new role or learning something new. With the cups representing emotions, it can be about self-introspection, doing some work on ourselves. And that Hanged Man sort of really represents that. My tarot teacher used to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles. This is about family and legacy, the path we take through life. Which makes this all feel quite momentous rather than sort of taking a moment to yourself, but also it feels like it has some real import. Eight of Wands. Travel. Going somewhere by air, probably. Let's go one more. The Five of Pentacles. This card has got these figures who sort of look, one's using crutches and sort of wearing rags, and they're in the snow. This card often represents a feeling of isolation and being marginalized. I wonder if that relates to the ordeal of the Hanged Man. Oh, the Seven of Swords again. So doing something a little strange, a little sneaky. Again, sort of suggesting travel. I am getting the sense of like an ordeal, a challenge, but also particularly like the Hanged Man's position and that Two of Wands. It really suggests that this is by choice. This is something that you're choosing to maybe test yourself, set yourself a challenge. Perhaps, you know, it sort of has a bit of the vibe of like something on your bucket list that you never thought you'd be able to do, or and I feel that that sort of comes back to that Ten of Pentacles, that family legacy, you know, coming back with a brilliant story of, you know, something that you did. So there might be that opportunity coming up for that thing that you never thought you were actually going to get to do. That sounds really out there and really challenging. But it's actually going to be really rewarding, and it's going to be a lot of personal growth and really connect you to people back home. That's really exciting. Can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, how exciting. And funnily enough, I got from you the water lily. Peace, pleasure, and hope. And I mean, the water lily can also represent what is it? And you'll, when you get your private reading on Patreon, you'll understand this. Being grounded with you've got intense experiences. You've had intense experiences. Looks like you might encounter some more, but like it's the ability to remain grounded within those intense experiences. And I can't wait for you to see your Patreon reading. I hope that resonates. Okay. Thank you, Moira. We're getting some great readings today.
Yeah, it all feels like really momentous. And like,
I know. Everyone's just got some amazing things happening. Oh, who's next? I hope we just haven't broken the...
yeah.
Jeff is next. Has Ghostly Findings, has Jackie mentioned something at all in the chat? I'll just quickly say hello to Hope. We are short of time, so I'm not spending too much time saying hello to people or waiting for people. We'll get back to them. I don't think she has, so we'll go straight on to Jeff on the road Australia. I think Jeff's another one that just called in to say hello, which is fine. I do appreciate everyone who pops in to say hello. Jeff, if you're still here, please let us know. In the meantime, we'll go on to the next person. I do have a premiere coming up at 9:30. Yay. Who is on after Jeff? We've got Adventures with Beth. Adventures with Beth. Beth. Hope says good reading. By the way, Penelope said, I just remembered. I don't know what she remembered. Is Beth still here? Beth, are you there?
Yep.
We'll be calling you. Oh, yes, there we go. We'll just continue with the general readings, I think. I don't know why I'm feeling so rushed, because I don't think we're as rushed as I think we are. But never mind. It's all good. It's all good. Um,
Okay, first up, Beth, is the Page of Wands. And this is about exercising our personal will and seeing, you know, recognizing personal worth in that. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, collaboration and teamwork. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So hard work, but also, you know, feeling the fatigue of that and carrying the burden. So I think already we're sort of being shown two sides of something. We've got this Page of Wands that's sort of measuring himself up and sort of testing his own boundaries and sort of finding out what he can do. And then on the one side, we have collaboration and teamwork. And then on the other side, we have one lone figure doing all the work and feeling pretty beat up. So the cards are suggesting, you know, like, mind the extremes and find the middle path. Another Page of Swords. The swords here represent thought and the mind. And if we look at the symbolism here, this page is not on even ground. His head is in the clouds a little bit. But with two pages, you're sort of being asked to look at things with the mind of a beginner, sort of taking that that curiosity and that willingness to learn and adapt. And then the High Priestess, representing intuition, the mysteries, but also like a welcoming into finding things that are a little bit hidden. So I feel like we've got like this double balancing act. We've got the teamwork versus going it alone. We've got the figure with the head in the clouds versus this still and serene priestess. So we're sort of being shown these like opposing, contrasting ideas. And, you know, this figure, you know, like the way he's sort of looking up at the staff there, it's sort of like he's measuring himself up. And he looks like quite a proud figure dressed up there. And I feel like it's not sort of saying like avoid all extremes. It's saying like maybe test them out a little bit. Maybe see, what does this one feel like a little bit? You know, like if I sit in stillness and listen to my intuition, what does that feel like? If I stand on a hilltop with the wind in my hair, what does that feel like? What's the difference between the two? What can I learn about them? if I go it alone, if I put my trust in other people, but what do those feel like? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the groundedness of the Pentacles. And this is, you know, we've got this figure here. He's leaning on his tools at the moment, and he's just reflecting on what has grown, what he's created from his hard work. So I think the cards at the moment are saying, you know, you're testing these ideas out and you're finding, you know, what ways are more skillful to move through certain situations. And that in itself, you know, might not seem terribly productive, but the cards are showing you that it actually is, and that there's a lot of growth going on as you explore those different ideas and way of moving through the world. So all the best with that, Beth.
Oh, that's a very interesting one, Moira. Thank you. The card that I've got for you is, I don't know what those cute little purple flowers are, but the card is overwhelmingly purple. Harmony, unity, and agreement. And purple usually represents royalty, philosophy, philosophical, you know, an understanding that everything's sacred, you know, all that sort of thing. I don't know how else to explain it. You know, yeah. Do you want to add anything to that, Moira?
Beth just put in the chat it's her favorite color.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Beth. I hope that resonates. Whom do we have next? And I need a glass of water. Christine. Is Christine? No. After Beth, we have Tracy from Palettes, Pouts, Perfume and Panning. There's alliteration right there. Are you still there, Tracy?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay, so the Six of Wands is the first card, and we've got this figure with laurel leaves, and it looks like a returning home victorious and being celebrated. Looks like the other ones there may be people lined up to see them. So it's a card of victory and celebration and recognition. Then we have the Page of Swords again. This learning and exploring how our mind works and understanding how we move through the world. And again, we have the Page of Wands. So again, that learning attitude, but this one is a more fiery aspect and that expression of will. So this represents a period of growth and that's going to, I don't know if you're like a student at the moment or if there's a project that you're working on, but it's saying that but through exercising thought and will is going to bring about recognition and celebration. Okay. The Five of Cups. This one represents some grief. So there might be a loss in this. There might be this figure is sort of like there's 2 cups still standing, but he's like focused on the 3 that have spilt, just all in black, very somber. It's quite a change from the sort of the blue skies of the other cards. From the 5 of Cups to the 4 of Cups. This cup, so in that, the 5, he was focusing on 3 that were spilt. In the 4, the 3 are upright, and a 4th is being offered. There's an element there of being aware of what you have and being grateful for what you have. Acknowledging opportunities and losses is important too, while also not ignoring what you have that's important. All right, the 10 of Pentacles again. Family, legacy, the path we choose through life, really. And that really touches on the 2 pages again, because the pages are sort of have that energy of sort of a young person who is setting out and exploring what they can do. And then we have this sort of this 10 of Pentacles that feels like, the path that was taken. It sort of feels that way because we've sort of got the grey-haired figure in the foreground. But, all of these things can apply to any time of life, really. So this is an interesting one. Let me think. How does that come in? The cups make this feel deeply personal, like intimate family. And that 10 of Pentacles also sort of suggests a family unit as well. But this is a situation that on the surface of it, people are going to sort of congratulate you and tell you how wonderful your things are, and but just below that, you've sort of recognized both the grief and the blessings that went into that. But this does feel very much in the realm of the home. So yeah, I think, people might not see all the struggles and all the emotion that goes into something. They see the outcome. And I think that's the story. That's, what gets shared among other family is an outcome to be celebrated, and not all the difficulties that went into it. And I think that that's sort of the challenge in these two pages, the swords and the wands, is how, how we choose to move through the world, purely on intellect or a more fiery aspect, and how we choose to express that. So all the best for that. I hope it resonates.
Thank you. That was a very difficult one, wasn't it?
It was challenging.
It just felt so intense. Which I've got this card for you. It's faith, adoration, and authentic. It's a sunflower. No matter what, the sunflower always faces the sun. Now, I know you're in Ireland. I know you're in Ireland. I think you're in Ireland, and it's going to be quite difficult because there's no sun in Ireland whatsoever. Go outside, face the sun, take a deep breath, and smile. You've got natural talent. Bring it to the table and let it grow. Let it shine through, and be true to yourself. Okay, right. Oh, Hearts Unite. Hello, Hearts Unite. No, I don't know, not yet. I know D, and I feel really bad because I know D is short of time, and I should have just did a reading for D while I was here, but we'll do one anyway. I'll text D and tell her what time. I'll timestamp it for her when we come around to D. But we will do one, and I'll let Dee know whether she's here. But in the meantime, we'll do one unless we just do one for Dee right at the very end. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Christine, is Christine still here? Hearts, I don't think you are too late. I'll just star you and mark you down as here. And I also had a Patreon that started about a month ago. I had no idea, none whatsoever. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, Keith, if you're ever watching the replay. Keith say, Kay say, yeah. Is Christine here? Christine might have gone. Christine Newton. Yes, no, maybe. Christine Newton. Is there a song about Christine? No. Okay, we might go on to the next one. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Who's next? Oh, Dee was next anyway, so we'll do Dee. Well, somebody new always comes along. We'll do Dee's, and we're time marked at 54 minutes. Oh, Stephanie, hello. I've just marked you as present. How are you? We'll do Dee's right now, 54 minutes. Oops, wrong one, wrong face.
Ooh, okay. Queen of Wands, my favorite queen, as I said. That fiery aspect sits lightly on her throne, ready to take action. Then we have death, transformation, renewal, change. And the devil, our base desires, the things that sort of, that are animal selves, the things that drive us. I feel like the queen here is holding court to both death and the devil. The one who seeks to change and the one who seeks to keep us trapped in our vices. And I feel like she's telling them, can't all be changed, can't just change and never touching the ground. And neither can we only ever be stuck in our vices. The Two of Cups. Now, this usually represents partnership. But here, I can hear this queen telling death and the devil to make friends, share a drink together, and find a way to be with our animal selves that, you know, want consistency and comfort, but also those sides of us that, you know, want to change everything and find out what comes next. And another queen, the Queen of Cups, emotional, watery, and this balances the fiery wands. So again, we've got that contrasting. I feel like, so we got the Two of Cups, which was like, hey, come together. And then the Queen of Cups. It's almost like she is bringing her own little bit of magic to those cups in terms of finding a way to come together. Oh, geez, I could write a novel out of this. Okay. Five of Swords. This is the Saboteur. Poison Cups. I feel like no matter how much you try to get these two to bang heads, there's always going to be friction between them. It's never going to be a comfortable alliance. And now I feel those queens coming back and saying, you know, between the two of us, we need to be able to move through these forces. So the Queen of Wands brings that force of will. They're ready to take action at a moment's notice. And the Queen of Cups brings that softness, that loving, emotional energy, who's in touch with herself. And there, I think we have the ultimate lesson of this reading, is that balancing those energies is a way to move through these opposing forces. Let's try one more. The Emperor. The Emperor represents strength and structure, something solid to build on. He's wearing rich red clothes, but underneath you can see the armor. So he kind of is, you know, the steel fist in the velvet glove sort of thing. So he's that solid, grounded strength underneath both those energies of the Queen. And I think that's talking about a way of moving through the uncertainties, the push and pull and change. It's not about trying to bring them together and trying to get them to coexist, but about cultivating those energies within ourselves and having and creating with that a solid base to build on. So good luck.
Thank you, Moira. Okay, the card that I have for you, and I'm having a mental block on this one too. Embrace life, magic, luck, and you've got a butterfly there. Now, a butterfly can mean a whole multitude of things, including a loved one who's passed away, who's trying to reach out. Time for self-care. I even looked up blue to see if there was anything that resonated with the color blue, because you know you've got the predominant color there. Sort of looking intrinsically, in some circumstances, blue can mean. So I'm not too sure if any of that means anything to you. But thank you, Dee. My apologies. I know you have a short of time, and I should have just done your reading while you were with us, but sometimes I just don't think. But never mind, it's done, and I've sent you.
When we get to it, Dee.
Yes. Okay, Christine, Dee. Hope. Is Hope still here? Would you like it, or did Hearts? Well, Hope must have come in before Hearts Unite. That was very profound. That was intense too. That was an intense one.
Yeah, a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, it can sort of feel it. I can just feel myself going, oh, you know, during those last two readings. Who did I say was next?
Hope.
Hope. Is Hope still in the chat? Just give us a hoi hoi or a hello, or an I'm here. We are kind of running out of time. We can go a bit longer, sort of.
We did start a little late.
We did start a little bit late, and I haven't got a premiere till 9:30 for such an occasion, because we all know about technical issues.
Yeah.
I've got issues. Okay, maybe Hope's popped out again.
No hope.
Okay, no hope. Oh yeah, there's hope for the living. There's hope for the dead, but there's no hope for Hope, because they're gone in the head. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. Hearts Unite. I know Hearts Unite is here. Yep. So we'll do your Hearts Unite. Okay, Moira, sorry, before you start, Hearts Unite does, I think, have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it in the chat, but I haven't
Yep.
seen it come up on StreamYard yet.
Yep.
Oh, no, hang on. Sorry, I lied. I'm in the wrong chat. Question about how to resolve a financial predicament.
Okay. King of Wands. I don't think he's quite as good as the Queen, but you can see he's sort of similarly ready to take action and sitting forward in his throne. Quite active and involved leader. Then we have the Six of Swords. And this one is, we're sort of moving between sort of the choppier water to the calm water. But also, although swords stuck into the boat, this one's often connected to dreams as well. Temperance. Temperance often meaning like balance and moderation. But this one also has the angel who's sort of 1 foot on the land and 1 foot on the water. So we've sort of got other versions of balance as well. Being able to move through different states of being in a way. What I'm really drawn to in this one is if you look behind the angel, you can sort of see it's like where a river comes down from the hill is sort of like a bright sunrise or something right there. Feels really significant at the moment that so first up, the cards are saying that you will find a way out of this, that things will get easier. You will move into calmer waters. There is that sunrise coming. The Two of Cups. So partnerships. So you're not doing this alone. There's people who you are tied to, who are in this with you. And the 10 of Pentacles. So bringing in an earthy energy here, but this one's very much about extended family, legacy, what you're creating for your family. Come on, give me something. The Fool. So the Fool is this eternal initiate, really, who is taking that step into something. They're not really sure yet. And that, I think, helps us make more sense. Because we have that, we're moving from the choppier waters that you can see in the corner to the calm, still waters. The temperance, this angel with the sunrise, bringing balance. So I feel like, you know, it is going to be resolved. And I'm like, okay, but the question was how? And it's like, okay, there's family. And then I come back to the king and I'm like, okay, he's the one who's going to make this happen. Okay, this is the central figure, you know, who's sitting on his throne, listening to things, but he's also ready to move, to take action, to get involved. Okay. But I think that Fool brings it together in that an opportunity is going to present itself. And you just need to be ready to move when it does. The cards are saying that it will be resolved, that there's going to be support around you, that things are going to get easier. And at the moment, you're being asked to trust that that opportunity is going to come. And you're being asked to move towards that opportunity when it does represent itself. So the Fool has that trust to move forward and to move into whatever comes next. And the King, ready to take control, ready to move. And so trust that it will come, that it will happen, and that it will get easier.
Okay, that was a wonderful reading. Thank you, Moira. And it's interesting that the cards are literally throwing themselves at me. Anything more than 2, I put back in the deck. Like it was like 5 or 6 at a time. You got the Blood Moon conclusions in the air, which sort of resonates with what Moira was already saying. But in the meantime, the Blood Moon can also represent chaos and disruption as well. And, you know, financial problems do cause chaos and destruction and interruption in one's life. But at the same time, it also means conclusions are near, so that it will be resolved one way or another.
Just be ready when that opportunity comes.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Wow, hearts unite. I think now we've got Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie R. Woods. Oh, thank you, hearts unite. You know, I get a lot of wonderful comments for you, Moira.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget to show them, but yeah, everybody loves you. They think you're just amazing. Absolutely wonderful. You know, I should do a little video on all the lovely comments I hear about Moira as a little thank you. Stephanie, oh, you're here. Hello. Okay, off to do Stephanie. Oh, geez, I'll shut up now. I must be tired. I slept all day. I don't know why I'm tired.
Okay. Okay, first up is the 8 of Wands. This usually represents travel, usually by air. Then we have the Page of Wands. This expression of learning to exercise our will, and through that, an element of growth and self-worth. Then the 8 of Cups. This figure seems to be leaving things behind and venturing off into something unknown and shadowy. So it seems already that there's some sort of trip, some sort of exploring you want to do. There's going to be, it's not just like going somewhere you haven't been before. It's also like because it's sort of that exercising of will. It has that fiery energy to it that says that this is, you know, something that you feel called to do, and nothing is going to stop you from doing it. Death card. So whatever this is, whatever you are setting out to explore, it's transformational in a way. So again, it gives it that import of, you know, this isn't a sightseeing trip. This is something that speaks to something a lot deeper. Justice. So transformational, but also something that's setting things right. Something needs to be done in order to square things up or to create some sort of fairness, right relationship with something. I do get the sense that this maybe isn't going to be a popular choice with some people. We've got mostly cards with like a single figure. Oops, sorry. And that 8 of Cups, you know, does sort of strike a lonely figure going off into the sort of the shadows there a bit. But you're going with this fiery energy of creating change and making, and something that, I mean, that card of justice, it's, you know, something that really speaks to values and something that you see needs to be done. The Page of Swords. And we've got this figure here who's popped up already tonight. He's on it. He's standing on sort of hilly ground, and he's, you know, head literally in the clouds. And that suggests that, you know, although you're going there with this fiery energy of, I need to do this and no one can tell me otherwise, and this needs to happen, there's going to be moments where it's, although it needs to happen, there's going to be a, I don't know how to do this. And that's what that card suggests to me. It's saying, you know, all that fire and emotion and righteousness, and then you get into the head of how, what's, you know, what is the way forward? The Two of Cups coming up again. And again, this card's coming up as sort of a suggested answer to something. And it's that idea of relationship, connection, partnership. That you don't have to have all the answers yourself. Even if you're doing something that might be unpopular to some people, there's going to be someone in your corner, and that's going to find a way to create the change that you see is needed. Let's go one more. Seven of Pentacles. We've got this figure here, and he's leaning on, I think it's a shovel or a rake, I don't know. But he's leaning on his tools and just admiring what's come of the work that he's put in. And so that, you know, that really suggests that, you know, despite, you know, confusion or whatever happens, that it will come together, and there'll be a point where you'll be able to sort of stand back and reflect on it and the change that you would have created. So all the best for that.
Thank you, Moira. That was amazing. And funnily enough, I've got another moon card. The waxing crescent moon. Manifest and tweak. And on the back of what Moira was saying, the waxing crescent moon is the first stage of the moon's fullness. You know, so whatever happens from here on in, tweak, you know, learn, grow. Know that eventually you're going to fulfill whatever it is that needs fulfilling over time. Okay, I hope that resonates with you. I hope everything resonates with everyone. I think that is everyone. Is there anyone we have missed? And, you know, I tell you what, Stephanie, if you're going to fly away, take me with you. We'll all go to Queensland and visit Fluff with Fluff in the Whitsundays, where it's nice and warm all year round.
I don't know. The midges eat me alive up there.
Would they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of
you know how like some people like the mosquitoes just find.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I'm just delicious to the bitey insects.
No.
And so when I went up to Queensland, the midges like tried to drink me dry.
Oh no. Oh dear, that's no good. Oh, they tend to leave me alone, thank God. I must have blood. Too much wine in my blood, I think. Oh,
is that the secret? I'm a total Cadbury.
Oh dear, a glass and a half. No, that's third.
Yeah,
third of a cup.
Yeah.
Or is a glass and a half? No, that's
glass and a half.
Third of a cup.
Yeah, that's me. Cheap date.
Yes. Oh, I knew someone who used to only drink soft drink. Now there was a cheap date. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, what a wonderful night. It's been a long time coming. Unfortunately, life happens, once a month. If we miss that once, it just takes forever to, get back. But hopefully we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time for December's event, which is going to be exciting. Something a little bit different in store for everyone. Yes, it never ceases to amaze me how often that my oracle readings cards just so fit in with.
Yeah. Moira's they're definitely complimentary, aren't they?
Extremely. And I surprise myself each and every time.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But never. That's great. Okay, well, thank you, Moira. It's been an absolute pleasure once again.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks, everyone.
Everyone in the chat, I hope you've appreciated it. If you do want to give Moira a donation, her PayPal me link is pinned to the top of this chat. Any donation, big or small, would be appreciated. Obviously not necessary, but Moira does give up her time. Is it? Yes, her time. I haven't got my pronouns in my thing. I don't know what happened. Of her time, which is very, very generous of her. But yeah, no worries. Okay, everyone, enjoy. Now, as soon as this finishes, it's going to be redirect. Stay where you are because I'll redirect you. It'll redirect you to a premiere I've got at 9:30. I'm walking
Get
through.
a quick go to the loo, get a cuppa.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm walking through an abandoned TAFE college. Yay.
Mm.
Cool. Okay, then. Thanks, Moira. Bye,
Hey.
everyone.